In this Aussie holiday, we're taking a different perspective on Noosa, travelling into the Sunshine Coast hinterland before heading west on a revisit to the corner country out back.
Welcome guys to Noosa. This is one of the best learn to surf beaches in the whole of the world. Today we've got beautiful water temperature, sun's out, and you're in a great spot to learn to surf. So today when we lay on the board, first most important thing is what we do is touch our toes on the back of the tail of the board. Excellent. Hands in underneath your ribs. Do your press up first. Bum up, back foot, front foot. Excellent. Now when you stay down there, make sure your foot's nice and square across the board, looking forward, bending your knees. That's it, to bounce through the bumps. Always looking forward and watching the nose of the surfboard.
There's nothing like a lesson from a world champion, and at Merrick's Learn to Surf in Noosa, that's exactly what's on offer. Call 0418 787 577.
They're an Australian company, aren't they, Pete? Cruisecraft?
Yeah, Cruisecraft was started back in 1946 by Roy Nichols, and we've been building boats for the last 65 years.
And this is an example.
This is our newest boat. It's called the Outsider 595. And it's a crossover boat that's great for offshore fishing, or if you want to take the family out for a Sunday outing, got plenty of room and overnight accommodation.
All right, so it's like a dual purpose. It's safe on a river, but you can get into a bit of slop.
Oh yeah, no, it's designed to go offshore, so it's got the versatility of doing both.
Tell us a little bit about the other one you've got. What's that?
We do an Explorer version, which essentially uses the same hull. It has a different floor layout, a bigger cockpit, so you can get more people on board, and you can fish offshore, which is very popular.
Are they like cars? You can option them up?
Oh, very much so. You can see on this boat here we've got some beautiful stainless work, which is designed in-house and manufactured for us, and you know, it's an envy of a lot of other boat owners.
Very nice of the people from Cruisecraft to give us this boat, and one of the reasons boating is such great fun is the fact that you can do this. You can just toot along in a quiet river and look at the scenery. And in this case, it's these lovely houses and the foreshore. Now, that may be a bit of an indulgence. Some people say boating is indulgent, but I don't think it is. Boating is fun because it gives you this fabulous perspective that you don't get anywhere else. It's a terrific thing to do.
Since 1946, Cruisecraft have defined quality and excellence in boat building. Cruisecraft Boats. Call them on 07 3390 4877.
Dragonflies. This is Spice's Tamarind Retreat. It's a place where the culture of Asia, the culture and the styling, meet the Australian rainforest. And it's set here in Mullaney, on the beautiful Sunshine Coast hinterland. Edged by Obi Creek and Gardeners Falls, there's an award-winning restaurant, the Tamarind, which in 2011 won the best new restaurant on the Sunshine Coast. As far as accommodation goes, there are 12 separate bungalows, each with their own decks, some of them with cedar hot tubs, some with day beds, where you can wake to the sounds of birds and the waterfall. It's where Thai styling meets Australian rainforest. Spice's Tamarind Retreat.
Awake to the sound of waterfalls and birds, where Thai style meets the Australian rainforest. The multi-award winning Spice's Tamarind Retreat. Call 1300 284 667. We began this trip here at Jack's Kwik Fit tyres in Maroochydore. And we did that because we knew that over the 8,000 kilometres covered, we'd be travelling on roads varying from motorways to rutted tracks. If you're planning something similar, you might be interested to know the car is fitted with a set of Michelin all-road tyres, and they're available from any one of the 80 Jack's Kwik Fit stores across the eastern seaboard. It's also not a bad idea to include a sat-nav. This one is a navman, and at times it was very handy.
At the ginger factory I can go on a train and a boat, is that right?
It sure is. There's also 2 educational tours that we provide. A Taste of Ginger tour where you can actually see from when it arrives from the truck all the way the steps of the process through ginger, all the way to the packaging in our shops and all the tasty goods that we sell, as well as our Super Bee tour.
Oh, the Super Bee, is that where we see the honeybees in the hive?
Yeah, you get the whole outfit with the person in the white suit, and they take you through all the steps from bees to all the honey.
Sounds fun. And the train, does that go round the whole province?
It's a 100-year-old train. It's open. It's quite beautiful, and it goes around all of our extensive gardens, as you can see, and the whole of the factory. It's again quite educational and tells you all about the processes of ginger.
And my little boy loves trains, so I won't be able to keep him off.
I think it also attracts many older ones as well. Okay. Everybody loves a train here.
And when I've had my sort of mouth watering all day, if I want to buy some things to take home, can I?
Oh, most definitely. We've got a beautiful gift shop, and it really features our product, which is bedroom ginger, as well as beautiful homewares and decorative items.
And we're lucky today, it's not too hot, but if you do get a bit hot and sticky,
we have a beautiful ice creamery that sells 66 varieties of hand-churned ice cream. Lots of ginger varieties in there as well, so it appeals to everyone. As well as just behind us, we've got our Ginger Town, which has lots and lots of specialty items that are based for tourists. So, yeah, and lots of tasty goods over there as well.
Okay, and can I get to sample some of the goods?
You certainly can.
Okay, sounds good.
This is family fun on a grand scale. The Butterham Ginger Factory. Lots to see, plenty to do. Call them on 07 544 67 100.
Nithya, I think we need to tell people why we're wearing these lovely hats. Where are we?
We're at Pani's Chocolate Factory.
Oh, and look, I've seen lots of shoes in my time, but I have never seen one like this.
Chocolate shoes.
Is it really chocolate?
Yes, it's purely chocolate. Everything from the decoration to the color, everything is chocolate.
And how long does it take to make?
It takes a good 2 days to make, but it's not just one shoe, we're talking about several shoes here. Yeah.
So a shoe that you can eat.
Yes, a shoe that you
Us women, we love shoes, we love chocolate, and that you've brought the two together.
Yes, exactly. I mean, chocolate and shoes, what better combination?
Your chocolate really does taste different. Why is that?
We use Belgian chocolate, which is one of the best chocolates in the world, and we don't use any substitutes in our chocolate. So there's no animal fats, and it's fully gluten-free, and there's no palm oil. So and it's suitable for vegetarians or any Muslims who like halal. So
and is that why it tastes so good?
I think it's just natural ingredients. That's why it's really good, and the quality is there.
So it's a health product.
It is, I would say, yes.
Chocolate shoes. Chocolate of all kinds. It's all at Pani's Chocolate in the Ginger Factory at Yandina. Call them on 07 463 51747.
Jan, we're right in the heart of Broadbeach here, aren't we?
Absolutely. Broadbeach is just a fabulous destination, and Sierra Grande sits right in the middle. We're perfectly located for whatever you want from your holidays.
And you can actually see a lot of what you might want from the windows. Like out of this window I can see the beach, over there I can see the mountains, here I can see the shopping opportunities.
Absolutely brilliant. You can sit on the balcony and decide, what am I going to do today? The beach looks good, we'll take the kids to the beach. Mum wants to go shopping, so out the back window here we're right over top of Pacific Fair, and every shop that you would want to have your retail experience.
Jan, if I don't want to leave the hotel, are there some activities?
Absolutely, the facilities in the hotel here will meet everything that you want. So we have 2 swimming pools, both of them heated, so winter months are really well catered for. Got a great little theatre downstairs, and the family can actually book it for a private viewing of their own, whatever the movie is that they choose to see. Got tennis courts for the kids, gym downstairs, which is one of the best equipped gyms on the coast, so we pride ourselves on that. And right underneath us, great retail areas, so Mum can have her massage, and some restaurants down there as well. So within the complex, not too far to go.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It absolutely is, and that's why we look for families for holidays, because of the many activities that we've got to offer.
Spacious rooms and apartments, outdoor and indoor pools. Mantra Sierra Grande in Broadbeach is the perfect family destination. For reservations, phone 131 517.
That's my sticker family.
This car's been terrific. It's a Holden sports wagon. It's got a 6-litre V8. Now you might think that would be uneconomical, but it's not. Underneath the hood we've got the orbital fuel injection system, and it runs on both LPG and petrol. So it means on long distance trips like this, you're getting about 10 kilometres to the litre, which is fantastic fuel consumption given the size of the engine, the 6-litre V8. No, it's a great system. It's from Orbital, and it's really helped us economically while we're driving these great distances.
Hotel Coronis, it's got such a fascinating history.
Yes, the founder of the hotel was originally from Greece, from the island of Kythera, and a village called Frilinginica.
Well, one of the things that interests me about the place is its connection to Amy Johnson, the Aviator.
Yes, she came here on her epic flight from Britain to Australia in 1930. She came here to Challow and was a guest of Harry Coronis's. Amy Johnson had a champagne bath in room 38 bathroom. He had an inspiration, purchase a magnum of French champagne now, in which this famous lady pilot has had a bath, and hang on to the magnum for a couple of years. By then her fame will have spread all over the globe. She will have become a first-class celebrity. And the magnum filled with French champagne she has had a bath in will have become a first-class souvenir. Amy had her bath, got dressed, left the bathroom, and went out onto the front veranda, and Harry, with his jug and the funnel, he snuck up the back steps, and then he got a shock. Because after having refilled the 24 magnums, with the champagne Amy had the bath in, there was still a substantial quantity of liquid left in the tub. That's when Harry ran out of the bathroom onto the front veranda and fronted Amy, and in a loud voice, in the presence of a lot of people from around here who were listening to Amy's talks, Amy was accused by Harry, Amy, I thought you were a lady.
But it's still an operating hotel. I can get a drink and a meal at the bar.
It is still an operating hotel.
Do you like him? He's the Cunnamulla fella. And he's the focal point of the town here, Cunnamulla. Lovely town. Big wide streets, lots of shops, lots of gardens. Behind me there in the visitor centre is the Cunnamulla Fella Centre. Now inside there's several things of interest. One of them being the Artesian Time Tunnel, which tells you about all the water that's underground here. A lot of it's right over Queensland, the Artesian Basin. So you can go in there and have a sample of that, see what it's like. There's a big art gallery in there showing most of the local art that's garnered from the area. And there's a museum as well, which has a lot of very interesting pieces and paraphernalia, again, that represent the area and what's been happening. And looking over the whole lot is this bloke here, as immortalised by Slim Dusty in song, the Cunnamulla Fella.
Outback Queensland. Experience the people, the places, the wide open spaces. For more information, visit adventureoutback.com.au.
If you're heading out west, this is a great place to start. The Big 4 Holiday Park in Toowoomba. There are 25 plus cabins, some of them with 2 and 3 bedrooms, 25 plus powered sites, and lots of facilities. There's a kids heated pool with a slide, there's a baby pool, and there's a large pool with a spa for the adults. And the usual things you could expect: barbecue facilities, a camp kitchen with an entertainment area, but the main thing is it's a very family-friendly place. Big 4 Holiday Park here in Toowoomba, the gateway to the west.
And so much more. Big 4 Garden City Holiday Park, Toowoomba. Phone 07 4635 1747.
Jenny, the Thargomindah Historical House, can visitors just come along and go in it?
Yes, it's opened at all times, although the front door is closed because of our dust storms. So people can just open the front door, walk in, have a look around, stay as long as they like, and then when they leave we just ask them, there's a notice on the front door to say please close the door due to the dust storms.
And the house dates back to 1885?
Yes, the deed of grant was given to the Thargomindah Newspaper Company in 1885. And that was its start. John Leahy was a partner in the Thargomindah Newspaper Company with his brother.
So in its day the house might have been quite a posh house because he was a successful businessman.
Well, it's quite possible. He was also a member of the Blue Board here in Thargomindah, and he then went on to become a member of the Parliament in Queensland.
So having a wander around the house gives us a taste of what life was like in the 1880s?
Well, that's right. It shows people that there was no kitchen inside.
And you've got the old essential thunderbox too?
Yes, the Thargo thunderbox, although that one is a real toilet, I must admit.
And the house has a few quirky features, like some prints in the bricks?
Yes, the mud bricks were made down on the river here at Thargomindah, and they used to dry them in the sun, and the animals used to sort of walk on them at times, and there is a cat footprint in the mud bricks at the back of the house.
Around 43 kilometres east of Thargomindah is the Lake Bindagolli National Park. This park is a fragile area and access is only on foot. There are 3 bodies of water here consisting of the saline lakes Bindagolli and Tumaroo and the freshwater lake Hutchinson. In the wet season, the lake system has a diverse range of animals and is an important breeding habitat for water birds. At the moment, the water levels are low and as a result, the birds are in short supply. But it's rare for the water to dry completely. And the Bindagolli National Park is a popular oasis in the midst of some very dry country.
George, the historic house at Charleville, it's just full of fascinating things.
Yes, Colette. It used to be the first national bank here in Charleville, and we formed an historical society, and we've been running it as a place called Historic House, and it's a great tourist attraction.
There's so many things to look at. I liked all the women's clothing. There's something for everybody.
Yes, Colette, what happens, the women usually get engrossed in what we've got inside here, and the menfolk usually get tied up with the machinery in the back.
This museum has a garden, and in the garden, there's stuff.
Okay, Jack. How'd you find the quiz?
A bit challenging because you had to look really hard, especially the plumb bob, because that was small, because it looks in the picture really
I couldn't
big.
make it too easy, could we?
Outback Queensland. Experience the people, the places, the wide open spaces. For more information, visit adventureoutback.com.au.
That's a lovely sound, don't you think?
Yes, steak grilling.
West Lockhart Station, that's where we are.
Yeah.
And you're doing farm stays. What got you into that?
Oh, it started there. We've always had friends come to the property years ago, and then about 25 years ago we bought one of these mine dongas there. There's barracks there.
The cabins came from Ozzie or something, did they?
Yeah, 40 foot there, there's 10 rooms.
Right. What do they do, the people, when they get here?
Oh, bushwalking, swimming in the river when there's water there.
So a bit of horse riding?
Yeah, mustering, we can tag along and drive along. Some people interested in the mustering part of it.
How many cattle do you have on the station itself?
6,000 plus.
It's a lot. Yeah. How long have you been on the station?
About 70 years.
So you were born here?
Yeah, born here, yeah.
Has it been in your family?
Been in the family, yeah, about, 26, what's that, about 85 years. Yeah.
Well, it's a long time.
Yeah. Mum and Dad started it and drove a few cattle through from Cloncurry.
And what do people, it culminates in a barbecue, does it not? At the end of the night, I suppose, people gather around, tell stories.
People to get together for a bit of a happy hour, and people like to relax and sit around and have a yarn.
If you're planning a holiday and want an outback experience with a city-like feel, call Outback at Isa on 1300 659 660.
David, the first thing that strikes me about this vehicle is it looks impressive.
Yes, they are. The interesting thing, Steve, is that the size is what puts people off a little bit in the first place.
Yeah.
But once you get to used to them and you've got them out in the bush and you start travelling with them, it becomes such an easy deal that people fall in love with them.
But as opposed to towing your 20, 30-foot caravan, there's a huge difference, isn't there?
These things will actually get a 90-degree turn out of them, or 88 degrees out on. So if you think about it, with your tow vehicle on the front, Steve, you can actually spin this in its own space end for end. It's incredibly flexible.
Tell us a little bit about the interior.
It actually has 4 slide outs, and the slide outs are the big reason why people buy fifth wheels.
Yeah.
Because it gives you the room. But this one's got your regular stuff. They've always got the central air conditioning, central underfloor heating as well, so for those out western nights. And this one's actually the most luxurious one you can get for a family.
Yeah.
And it's got 4 bunks in the rear and a queen size bed up the front, so it's really set up. Matter of fact, the couch we're sitting on too also turns into a queen size air bed.
Yeah, and you got a whopper fridge and 3 flat screen televisions inside it.
Yes, you've got the big 40-inch flat screen LED TV.
It's self-contained in the sense that you've got power, you've got cells on top of the roof? Or?
Yeah, we usually set them up as an option for, on this size vehicle you put 6 solar panels on the roof, nice big inverter, big batteries up the front.
Now, you've got over, you were saying, 700-800 options people can look at.
Yes, it's a bit overkill. We actually put 300 different floor plans on our website.
Yeah.
Largest website in the world.
Yeah.
35,000 photos. It is just huge. And the livability that you get out of these slide outs, they're the biggest reasons that people are going for these. And what people just need to realise is what they are, have a look at one, and they just get sold on them, and that's the plan for retirement.
Quality, innovation, safety and service. To simplify your life in style, call Spectrum RV 1300 789 604. If you have an attraction or accommodation venue you're interested in promoting, send an email to airtracks@bigpond.com.